So what's our game plan is to have Gary and Barb and Bob look at them all and come back with a recommendation.
Right, and a lot of it has to do with if there are any changes in anything else. There's some other things that are tied into it, so. So we will meet and with Adam and come back to the council with recommendations. Is there any input?
I guess my only thing I would like to say about the cemetery,
Yes.
just as an observation, driving through and looking at the site the last 2 weeks, visited site on it. Things that noticed and neglected in the past were leaf cleanup a little bit. Volunteer trees growing in all the bushes, like mulberry trees, looks pretty tacky, I feel out there. I think that's something that needs to be addressed. Some tree trimming that could be done. I know that's in the bid, but just because people say they're gonna do it, doesn't look like they've done it. The small branches hanging low, it looks like you hit people in the head as walking. I just feel in the past there's been a lot of neglect out there. And I guess my bid was to do the best job possible, clean up the leaves, show that equipment, tree trimming capabilities and stuff like that. Just so the council knows, I just feel there's been, like I said, volunteer trees growing and all that vinyl leaf out there. Just stuff I think needs to be addressed when you guys decide on your bids. Because sometimes the cheapest bid isn't the best bid. And I think that's been notified in the past, so that's all.
Thank you, Dave. Okay, we will move on to item C, introduction and first reading of ordinance number 2009-205 entitled an ordinance setting new rates for sanitary sewers. Questions, comments? At our last meeting, we asked for public input, and a discussion was held, and a recommendation has been made. Adam, would you like to talk to that, please?
Sure. The recommendation that came out of the last meeting was a 25-year repayment plan. That included a partial repayment through property tax assessment, and another part that would be partially paid through rating increases. The new minimum rates would be comparable to those of the water rates. In fact, the usage rate would be the exact same at $6.75 per thousand. The actual min charge rate would change to $8.30 for residential, and it would be $12.75 for commercial customers. This would only affect your sanitary sewer rates, not your storm sewer rates, not your water rates. This ordinance actually does not address property tax, because property tax would be assessed later on in the process. It wouldn't be affected by an actual ordinance for implementing rates into place. The reason why I bring that up, Barb, is we had a visit today from a gentleman who was concerned about the effects of property taxes on it, but that would not be directly related to the actual ordinance that we're discussing.
On that ordinance, whatever we do today, if for some reason we get some extra grant money with a stimulus package or something, and if we don't have near the debt, we still can go back and
Yes, at any time
we
you
would
can go
know the
back
money,
and
can't
alter
we?
it.
We're
Yes.
just setting worst case scenario. What
We're basing it based upon the information that is being projected by both our engineers and our financing companies.
Today.
today's right.
Correct.
Any other comments or questions? If not, I'd ask for an introduction, a first and a second.
You want to talk about it, George, or?
Is this where you talk about it?
Yes,
Sure.
yes,
Okay.
definitely. Yes,
I didn't know.
yes.
Since
Well,
you're here, I didn't go.
I come here, of course, in reading in the paper last week about how you plan on paying for this, and let me to begin with, I don't envy your position. I've been on many boards over the last 40, 50 years, and I know it's tough. And I really applaud you people for serving this community the way you've done. I guess my standpoint, I don't feel that I should have to pay property tax on this new facility when I'm not getting any use out of the service. I don't use it, why should I have to pay for it? I know the storm sewer tax hits me, $3 a month. It's questionable, maybe I contribute to it, maybe I don't, but I'm not too concerned about this. But this, and having Bobby look this up today, it's gonna cost me in the two houses I have out there about $450 a year after the abatements catch up, the tax abatements on the new house. I just feel that's excessive, especially when I'm not using the service.
You're not on sewer, city sewer right now, you got your own septic tank, right?
Yes, I put in a septic tank system because, well, I don't know, some of you were on this 2 or 3 years ago, and I asked, tried to make a deal to get the sewer out there, and the council didn't think that I should, the 80-year-old women in their tennis shoes should be paying for my sewer line. So, you know, we couldn't come to an agreement. But anyway, that's why I'm here today, and I really would strongly urge you to be as fair about this as you can. I know this isn't an easy thing. You know, I've heard some comments about the need for it, why the need, what's contributing to it, but you know, as far as I'm concerned, you folks are close to it. You're all very intelligent people, and you'll get it figured out to the best advantage. So thank you for my time.
Thank you, George. Anyone else? Anyone else?
I would so move that we approve the first reading of the ordinance.
You need to introduce it.
I introduce it.
Okay, is there a first?
First.
Is there a second?
Second.
Call for a vote.
Councilman Brennan,
Yes.
Frederick,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Johnston,
Yes.
motion carried.
Item D, consideration of approving the Fire Board 28E agreement. That was in your packet, and there's been a lot of work done on that by the Fire Board. And it hasn't been updated in a lot of years, so they did some good work on this.
I think it's badly needed.
And just to point out, the copy that we received doesn't reflect one of the
There was an omission.
changes.
I didn't include the January change, which was the 1% increase. That's the only change reflected between the copies you got in your packets and the actual copy. That's what I was over in the office actually doing right away, was confirming that was actually, that the one you received was not the actual, it was missing basically one sentence is the difference between the one you have before you and the one in the.
You know what that is,
correct
yeah?
date.
It's 1% penalty.
They don't pay on time.
1% per month.
Bill and Gary and Jim have all attended the fire board meetings and have actually had an opportunity to see that in the past. If you have any other questions, well, I guess that would be you, Jim. If you have any other questions about the one sentence, I'd be happy to.
And the copy that the townships received reflected that
Yeah.
change. Okay.
Who is the site again?
I'll have to go back and look. I believe we're down to Wall Lake Township, Sac City, and I believe that may be it at this point. We're that close to being.
Will all like that issue or not?
I can't tell you that at this time.
Do we need anything on that or just
We need a motion to approve it.
go ahead and do it? Your agreement.
Okay, I'll make the motion to approve the 28
Second,
28-year agreement.
call for a vote.
Councilman Frederick,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Johnston,
Yes.
Brennan,
Yes.
motion carried.
Item E, committee and department head reports. Any questions or comments on those reports? If not, we'll move to item 6, public input on solid waste matters. Gary, do you have anything on that?
No, ma'am, not this time.
Okay.